This is the week when Richard Cordray got confirmed by the United States Senate to serve as the director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Can we just applaud one more time? Because this is the week when we can say loudly, clearly, and with confidence, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is here to stay. It is the law. It is making a difference in the lives of real people, and we're counting on this agency. In fact, I have to apologize that I can't stay and take questions afterwards because I'm going to go straight from here over to the White House, where we're going to do a little ceremony about this agency. So perfect timing. You know, though, it is a good moment to reflect on how we got here. We worked hard for this agency. To those who said, this agency has no chance of ever being passed by Congress, we said, this agency is worth fighting for. The American people need and deserve an agency in Washington that is on their side. They need a cop on the beat to make sure everyone follows the rules. And now that agency is up and running. And to those who said, there will never be a confirmed director, the enemies of this agency will do everything possible to kill the agency in its crib. We said, this agency is worth fighting for. We will keep fighting because the American people have had enough of out-of-control financial institutions and no accountability, squeezing nickel after nickel out of hard-working families who deserve better. And now the director has been confirmed. And to those who said, big change isn't possible in Washington, the process is too broken, we said, change happens when we fight for it. So there's the story. David beat Goliath. Families beat the big banks. And now we have a watchdog in Washington looking out for middle-class families, getting rid of tricks and traps, fine print, holding financial institutions accountable when they break the law. It was a tough fight. Boy, that's the understatement of my life. But we stood up to the lobbyists and Wall Street banks. A coalition of more than 200 organizations joined forces to push hard for new safeguards, especially for the establishment of the CFPB. They pushed hard, and this coalition, Americans for Financial Reform, included many groups and causes, but they all understood that a broken consumer credit market hurt the whole country. It's stunning how many people came together. CFED was one of the groups involved, and the list is amazing. AARP, AFL-CIO, Consumers Union, SEIU, NAACP, National Council of La Raza, the PIRGs, Consumer Federation of America, so many united behind the idea of creating a strong, independent CFPB. Now, one of the things these organizations did is they gave their people, their members who are all across the country, an opportunity to act. They joined in informal groups, bloggers, concerned citizens who wrote letters to the editor, people who spoke up at town hall meetings, who signed petitions, who Facebooked about this. There was a huge grassroots energy behind this bill. People saw their neighbors losing their homes. They saw how difficult it was to get out from underneath crushing credit card debt. And they saw how Wall Street, which had just brought the American economy to the brink of collapse, marshaling its vast resources to scuttle reform. The CFPB is 2 years old, and it has already begun to reshape the market. It's worked to simplify mortgages. It's taken on discriminatory lenders and cracked down on unfair and deceptive practices. It's looked out for older Americans and for the military. It's worked to make student loans safer so our young people aren't financially crippled for decades. Thanks to the CFPB, think about this one. Thanks to the CFPB, payday lenders and debt collectors are finally under the jurisdiction of a federal regulator. The agency has an active complaint line. It's produced results for tens of thousands of people already. If you haven't already seen it, go check it out. The CFPB has won hundreds of millions of dollars in refunds from credit card companies that cheated their customers. Just a few weeks ago, it ordered auto lenders to refund millions of dollars to service members that they'd ripped off through deceptive practices. The agency is making a difference. This is a monumentally important week for the CFPB, one of the most historic in the young agency's history. But there's still a lot of work to be done. And as long as the CFPB sides with American families over large financial institutions, then there will be forces looking to undo its work and to strip away its powers. And so, to everyone who has had a role in helping get the consumer agency this far, to everyone who cares about having a strong financial watchdog, we have to stay vigilant. Today we reflect on the early days of the CFPB, we reflect on our progress, and we celebrate our victories. But we also know the story is still being written.